After 35 days, the government shutdown is finally over. Now, federal workers across the country are getting ready to head back to work. But what exactly can they expect when they walk into their offices? This is 13 News Now at 11. I'm Jaclyn Lee. Thank you so much for joining us. 13 News Now reporter Megan Puryear spoke with a Coast Guard employee on what could be next. Megan.
Jaclyn, the government is up and running after being shut down for 35 days. But how dependable is the temporary fix now that lawmakers have agreed? I talked with a government employee today about those fears.
The longest government shutdown ended on Friday.
We'll make sure that all employees receive their back pay very quickly or as soon as possible.
Payday should have been Friday.
I spoke with Kelly Wilkin at the start of the shutdown, and today over the phone, she says federal employees are still worried about their paychecks.
So we don't know when we will get them. We just told that you're going to get back pay, but they don't say when, so we have no idea when we're going to see that money.
And Wilkin says missing 2 weeks of pay is already pretty tough.
But I know for a lot of people it was difficult. They do live payday to payday, and they weren't able to pay their bills.
I want to thank all of the incredible federal workers and their amazing families who have shown such extraordinary devotion in the face of this recent hardship.
But the possibility of another shutdown still lingers because Congress just passed a 3-week spending bill.
It sounds like a temporary fix, and so her thought is 3 weeks from now we're going to be furloughed again.
President Trump still wants a border wall.
We really have no choice but to build a powerful wall or steel barrier.
But Democrats say it won't happen.
Are you no longer ruling out any money for the wall? Are you now?
Wait, have I not been clear on the wall? Okay. No, I have been very clear on the wall.
As for Wilkin, she says no matter what side you take.
I think some people who were thinking about joining the federal government might decide that this is not something they want to do.
A federal job may not be as desired moving forward in this political climate.
Because through no fault of their own, they can be put in a situation like this. So I think some people might be thinking, maybe I don't want to work for the federal government.
Now, under the short-term deal, there is no money for a wall, but the president agreed to a bipartisan congressional conference, which will try to make a deal for border security. I'm Megan Puryear, 13 News Now.
Megan, thank you. Right now, Virginia Beach police are investigating a shooting. This happened near Redkirk Lane and Pickering Street. One person was found with a gunshot wound. This is a developing story. We will update you as soon as we learn more. The people over at Grand Affairs Catering in Virginia Beach say their dinner to thank government employees is still on. We told you a few days ago that they planned a free dinner for TSA workers and Coast Guard members. They reached out to us and said their celebration will still go on as planned. They want to thank workers for their service. The dinner is next Wednesday from 5 to 8. We have the contact information if you want to RSVP. Of course, you can find the details on our website, 13newsnow.com. Right now, Norfolk police need your help finding this man. This is 25-year-old Vernell Freeman. He's accused of robbing the 7-Eleven on East Little Creek Road back on January 20th. If you know where he is, call the crime line. That number is 1-888-LOCK-YOU-UP. Newport News fire crews responded to a house fire earlier today. We're told it happened on 49th Street around 9 o'clock this morning. The fire was contained to the 3rd floor and no injuries were reported. Right now, the Red Cross is helping the 3 adults and 1 child find a place to stay. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. Of course, we'll keep you updated. The manhunt for a 5-time murder suspect is over tonight. The 21-year-old alleged shooter was caught at his grandmother's home here in Virginia, hundreds of miles away from the murder scene in Louisiana. Right now, Dakota Terrio is accused of murdering his 20-year-old girlfriend, her father, and her teenage brother. Police say he stole his girlfriend's father's car and drove it to his parents' trailer and shot and killed them.
Was, as you know, gravely injured at the time we found him and has since passed away, and we was able to get a dying declaration from him. Only enough information to let us know that it was his son that committed this act.
An extradition hearing is set for February 1st to return Terrio to Louisiana, where he faces multiple charges, including first-degree murder. The Virginia State Senate has approved legislation to end the suspension of driver's license of people with unpaid court fines and costs. The measure passed with wide bipartisan support, but it may stall in the GOP-controlled House. Virginia collects about $10 million a year from people paying to reinstate their licenses after suspension. Advocates of the bill say it unfairly punishes poor people. Opponents believe the new bill would reward criminals.